Hi there, my name is Josh Fector, and I'm one of the founders here at Product Manager HQ, and I'm also the head of product for a software company called Squibbler. And today I'm going to dive into a topic that a number of you have been curious about, and that's what are the top product manager skills you'll need this year and beyond to consistently be at the top of your product management game. Over the last several weeks, we've gotten several private messages from prospective product managers who are all concerned about how they can remain relevant in product management, not only today, but for their career to come. After all, it's only logical that you want to have a career where you'll continue to grow and learn the skills that will keep you relevant. Product managers are just like the projects they work on, products. In the same way that you value iterative sprints that constantly improve upon the product you're developing, so too must you as a product manager constantly improve your worth as a product professional by sharpening those skills in those areas that are most important. This is exactly what we're going to be examining in this video. All of those product manager skills that you should be refining to successfully lead product projects today, tomorrow, and in the years to come. But first, be sure to hit that subscribe button to get direct notifications whenever we post a new and insightful video about product management. And that way you'll always have your YouTube feed full of different product content that will help you with your career and become a better product manager. Now let's go ahead and dive in. Throughout this video, in no particular order, I'll be covering 10 primary skills that product managers need. Let's start with the first one that product managers of today especially need to master, and that is communication skills. A product manager cannot be successful in their role if they do not practice proper communication. That's just the cold, hard facts of it. In a general sense, managers are always expected to communicate. Whether it's with your fellow product managers or engineers, it's expected that you maintain some reasonable flow of communication between them to ensure that things around the organization get done. In the case of product management, it's even more important than it is for standard managerial positions. You see, as a product manager, you're constantly in between and communicating among many different teams and individuals, sometimes all at once. From marketing and sales teams right down to product design and development teams, not to mention other stakeholders like end users and even senior management. In doing so, you'll be forced to communicate not only with different teams, but also on different topics. The communication framework you see on the screen is an example of what this can look like in a real context. Product managers are expected to use business environmental factors such as business objectives, research, consumer insights, target segmentations, and more to create a communication strategy. The pressing need for communication and product development is not something that will go away anytime soon. Therefore, product managers need to sharpen up not only the way in which they deliver information, but also how they listen to others. And always remember that communication is a two-way street. The second area that all product managers need to focus on is their technical skills. For decades, we've constantly been hearing about technical skills whenever we want to apply for any business position. Recruiters are always asking for solid technical skills in whatever area that's relevant to them. As a product manager, the same principle applies. You see, even if you are a person who is directly responsible for fleshing out the product in its development stage, since product developers are the ones who are in charge of that, you do need to have a solid understanding of product design, engineering, and coding. This will help you to set realistic objectives and timelines during key sprints and to also manage the product backlog easier. Traditionally, product managers have always needed to have some basic understanding of the technical aspects of product development, as is seen in the Venn diagram on your screen. However, as technology continues to advance and with it the demands of product development, so too will the expectations of product managers continue to grow. In recent times, thanks to tech advances, we've seen the emergence and growing desire for technical product managers. This is not a trend, rather it is a clear sign that the product manager role is shifting more towards technical dominance. Today, you can't afford to be one of the product managers who will be left behind because you didn't get enough technical product development knowledge under your belt. The third skill we'd like to take a look at is business skills. As you know, the business environment is in constant evolution. Trends, competitors, emerging technologies, and new products all affect the strategies taken across multiple business teams and departments in order to stay afloat. Product management is no different. Products are also conditioned by the environment in which they operate. both on a general business level as well as on a product-based level, where there are specific elements that affect product development and design. Therefore, as product managers look into the future and beyond, at no point in time should you ever feel that you've completely mastered a business strategy. Instead, you should feel a constant desire to sharpen your business skills, keep up with trends, and iterate your product strategy in accordance with the ebbs and flows that may affect your overall business strategy. Naturally, this also includes keeping an eye on new or important advances in business or product strategy frameworks. Here, we've included a visual of one of the most widely used frameworks used to manage organization strategy, and that's the McKinsey Strategy 3-Horizon Model. As the name suggests, this framework consists of 3 horizons that occur sequentially, with each one representing a type of innovation that goes on in a product. These horizons are then measured by time and value to gauge how profitable a given business iteration can be. This type of model is beneficial to businesses and, in turn, product managers, since it helps you to gauge whether a product project is worth the investment. This is just one example of the many frameworks that have become more relevant in recent years in business management and that product managers need to have an eye on. The 4th skill that I'd like to talk about is research skills. As a product manager, research is one of the most fundamental pillars that lay the groundwork for the strategy and roadmap you flesh out. After all, how will you ever get to know your customer and what solution works best for them if you don't do your research? Now, research skills have always been one of the essential skills that product managers need to master in order to succeed at their job. However, given the immensely complex and competitive nature of the current business environment, today and beyond, research skills take on a whole new meaning as product managers need to go ahead and navigate market needs in order to come up with actionable solutions. On one hand, this entails sharpening and fine-tuning the framework you use to gather information on your customers. Every product manager uses their own framework. However, the one you use may look like the model you see on the screen, where the research methodology encompasses several qualitative and quantitative research tools such as focus groups, interviews, surveys, market segmentation, and more. The key is to examine trends and recent advancements within the various subsets of your research framework to learn how you can improve upon them. On the other hand, it also involves conducting research on advancements and novel breakthroughs in product management and development. That way, you can relate them to strategies that help to understand the ever-changing customer needs and consequently diversify or evolve products and services that already exist but are not meeting current market needs. Another crucial skill that you as a product manager cannot afford to let up on today and beyond is your analytical skills. Analysis within the product management field is a multifaceted discipline. The framework you're seeing on your screen reflects just that. On one hand, product managers must be able to process and analyze data, product feedback, and user insights. On the other hand, you're also expected to interpret statistical models with complex algorithms in order to make more informed decisions through the various stages of the product development cycle. And moving forward, this type of skill will be more important than it has been in recent years. More and more, we are seeing that companies are leveraging the power of big data analytics in their strategy making processes. And this results in people expecting product managers to already understand how to use these tools to analyze data and contribute to their fair share of decisions that are made on products when it comes to data analysis. As product managers look to continue building a career steeped in relevance, beefing up on your interpersonal skills is fundamental. Interpersonal skills are more than just a nice sounding concept that businesses throw around to sound like they're modern. Rather, they understand just how important soft skills and emotional intelligence are for their employees. The same goes for product managers. The role demands that you interact with others on an individual, interpersonal, organizational, and societal level, all of which require highly specific solutions that can foster positive working habits and relationships both on an individual and interpersonal level. In doing so, product managers must be able to work with product teams, engineering, programming teams, and other product stakeholders, doing everything from making presentations on behalf of their team to resolving possible conflicts and bridging the gap between departments within an organization, among other things. Now let's touch upon something which product managers can't afford to leave out if they want to remain relevant, and that is marketing and sales skills. As you can see, marketing and sales is yet another multifaceted discipline that embodies key subsets, including lead nurturing, campaign execution, tracking, reporting, sales forecasting, and content creation. From the standpoint of a product manager, all of these work together to help you understand what strategies are best suited for the type of product you have on the market. It also assists you in laying out a path that'll get your product into the hands of consumers without spending an exorbitant amount on advertising or other external initiatives. Delegation skills are yet another set of skills that product managers need to have a solid grasp of if you want to be successful at your job. It's important to state that delegation in and of itself is a lot more complex than some may be led to believe, especially in the product development field, in a field where multiple personnel all play a collective effort in ensuring the creation of a given product. As a product manager, the slightest mistake in delegation can spell disaster for the very project you're working on. Luckily, there are frameworks such as the one displayed on the screen that help you to make better delegation decisions. This model assists you in gauging the readiness of an individual with the urgency and importance of a given task so that you can stand a better chance of ensuring that the people who are given different tasks can complete them successfully. All in all, making the right delegation decisions can either make or break the success of most, if not all, the tasks laid out in your product roadmap. Now, I'd like to share my thoughts on a skill that we've touched on indirectly throughout the video, and that is strategic thinking skills. Strategy has always been the roadmap to success in any business initiative. However, now more than ever, the highly competitive nature of the business environment, coupled with the need to create compelling products that solve customer pain points, means that product managers cannot fail. For that reason, product managers must think about product strategy past what is simply on the product roadmap. This means being able to anticipate possible hurdles or problems. This includes thinking of ways around a problem that have been tried before in order to come up with something new and innovative for their product. Strategic thinking is an approach that contemplates different concepts such as intelligent opportunism and systems perspective, among others. Product managers need to pay attention to the framework they employ for strategic thinking at all stages of the product lifecycle and management, ensuring that their approach is multifaceted, broad in its ability to touch on different aspects of the product creation, and of course, built on a logical and empirical basis. To round up this list of essential product manager skills, I'd like to discuss one which many consider to be a subset of the broader field of delegation, and that is prioritization skills. Because of the nature of prioritization, some product managers tend to lump it into delegation skills, since with the latter, prioritization is crucial when delegating tasks to others and measuring progress. However, experience has taught me that valuing prioritization as an individual discipline serves you way better than simply considering it as a branch of another skill. This is because you're isolating one of the most important parts of the product development planning process, which is knowing how to prioritize so that you can sharpen up your skills and be successful. Of course, there are several frameworks which you can draw from to beef up your skills and provide you with some guidance, such as this one. This prioritization model uses the metrics of effort and value to determine what you should prioritize. This type of approach can help you immensely when figuring out how to prioritize certain product features and requirements during development. And there we have it. This is my roundup of the most essential product manager skills that you need today and beyond. Granted, while the skills I've listed are essential for sound product management, there are also other skills that are important, such as negotiation skills, design skills, and those are just a few that come to mind. Prioritizing your essential skills does not mean that you should ever neglect others that also shape how well you can carry out the role of a product manager. I'm sure you're asking yourself, where can I learn the right way to approach all of these skills? And that's why at Product Manager HQ, we have certification courses, as well as tons of content on how to adapt to these skills. And we walk you through the process of whether it's learning different tools, understanding different frameworks, or even talking with engineers and product designers. And this makes the process very seamless when it comes to understanding how to level up your product career and become a better product manager. And we are always staying up to date with the skills that you need to be successful at the job. And that way you can easily adapt for whatever's thrown at you in the future. Before we go, we'd like to leave you with one question on essential product manager skills, and let's see how well you've been paying attention. Are delegation and prioritization skills the same thing? Leave the answer in the comments, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you on our next video, and I wish you the best in your product career. Cheers.